What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. A little change of scenery today. I'm outside. Beautiful view in our porch here. But today, if you don't know how important minerals are or why they're important or how well they can truly work for somebody, you're gonna know at the end of this video, okay? Minerals are very overlooked. I studied them for years, and it made me so dang passionate to talk to you guys about this, create social medias about them, create a good product supported around minerals, because you guys are gonna love what I'm about to share with you. I have some insanely powerful reviews that some of you may not have read yet. I've gotten some incredible DMs and emails personally. I'm gonna share one with you today. And most importantly, at the end of this, I just want you to be even more fired up about taking your minerals every day, because our body needs them. It relies on them so heavily, and it is one of the main root causes as to why there's tons of disease and issues in today's world, is because we are so depleted in minerals. So let's break into it. I'm actually going to read a couple reviews off my phone here from our website. You guys can read these for yourself on the website, but I'm going to highlight a few of them that I found insane. You know, I knew minerals were important when I formulated this, but man, these reviews are crazy. And then after that, we're going to dive a little bit into the mineral fix here and read some literature as to why those customers are feeling those things and how science backs those reviews. All right. Review number one, let's start with it. This is actually a DM that I got yesterday. This is one of my favorite DMs I've ever gotten. You know, I get a lot of them, but this one just really sat with me because it's getting to the point where this product is changing people's lives. You know, you may hear that often, but this truly is changing how they do life, the activities they were not able to do in the past, the fulfillment they have during their days is completely changing. And I'm going to read you a few things, okay? So this first one here, I'm not going to say names or anything. All this is private, don't worry. If you're watching this, you're going to probably know who, if it's from you. But this says, "Hi, I just want to say thank you so much for all your effort and dedication you put into your product. Your intention and sincerity shows in the benefits reaped from optimized minerals. I'm so glad I trusted my gut to trust a stranger on the internet trying to sell me a wellness product. In our current society with so many wellness scams, I can't tell you how much I've been struggling with my gut, brain fog, and fatigue lately. I've spent so much money in the last several months trying herbs and supplements to get better, and nothing really worked. I started taking optimized minerals in only half a scoop to start with, and these last few days have been unrecognizable in all caps from her. I'm so amazed, and I've been raving about your products to my friends. I have so much mental clarity throughout my day. I haven't bloated once since taking it, and ask anyone who knows me, this is in parentheses, I was looking pregnant after a sip of water almost every day. And the energy I have after taking this is crazy. I'm an active person, and lately I've been too tired to keep up with my interest, which is rock climbing for this individual. And it was disheartening because that was my outlet. Your product brought me back to the old me with climbing. It's so fulfilling. I don't mean to ramble. I'm sorry for this long message, but you deserve to know that you're making such a positive impact in the world. You've helped me so much just in the short amount of time I've been taking your product. I hope you never get bought out by a big corporation. Always stay true to your product because I want this for the rest of my life." You're awesome. Thank you. I mean, when I made this product, obviously I knew it was going to work. It worked for me. I saw it work on a small scale, but now I'm seeing it work on a big scale. And big scale means big results and things that I would have never thought of. But some of the benefits she noted, we're going to dive into later. But I thought that one was incredible because literally she's able to now do an activity that she was not able to do before, or that she hasn't done in a while. Okay, so that's the first I want to share. I have a couple others that are just insane I got to tell you about, and then I promise we're going to break into the book and why all this works. Okay, this one is titled Motivation in a Bag. This is my new favorite supplement. Within a few days of starting this, I realized I was being consistently more productive day after day. That's huge for me. I struggle with depression, ADHD, and anxiety, so I tend to get overwhelmed easily. Somehow, this magic powder has turned my life from hard mode to easy mode, and I couldn't be more grateful. My sleep, another thing I struggle with, is getting better. I'm more active. I'm less hungry. I'm already down 3 pounds in 10 to 11 days. We'll talk about that too. This has essentially created the best me. I've had the pleasure of being in years. I can't believe this big yet subtle difference it makes. And bonus, it tastes amazing in about 6 ounces of water. Thank you. I will never be without this from now on. So happy I found you. That one's super cool. Depression, anxiety, ADHD, energy issues, sleep issues. Those 5 things right there are extremely common in today's world, and we're going to talk about it. I got another one here. I think this one, I don't know, may top the other ones, but you guys let me know what the most powerful review is to you in the comments, okay? This one's short, but it's powerful. This is some great stuff. My daughter is autistic, and I've been giving her this mineral powder in her water or juice for the last 2 weeks. Let me tell you, I've seen so many changes in her behavior where she isn't as irritable. She plays with her toys more and just seems like a different little girl. I recommend this product. That's crazy. And then I'll read one more for you guys. Which one do I want to read? Let's go with this one. Truly life-altering. I'm a senior and I've been battling a serious chronic illness, including physical and cognitive decline. After taking the optimized minerals for 8 days, I have experienced a noticeable improvement. My brain fog has lifted some and I even gotten some sleep, which is monumental. These minerals have given me hope for the future as I had but given up. The fact they don't make me sick to my stomach is definitely worth a mention, as this has been a problem for me. In fact, they're clean and refreshing. The customer service was superior. In the crazy world we live in today, that alone is almost unheard of. I'd gotten a product that was similarly advertised 3 times the price of our optimized minerals that tasted truly awful. That product didn't hold a candle to these minerals. I also trust these are done in a professional and sanitary manner. The packaging and ingredient labels are great. I'm looking forward to the next product as I try to climb out of the darkness that is chronic, debilitating illness. Thank you so much, Jordan. You're welcome. Last one here, guys. I think this one is definitely worth reading. It's a little long, but it's super cool. Okay. Top quality. This is going to be a long review, but trust me, one for so many similar issues I've had all my life. So please read this. How should I start? I was born with so many health issues, gut issues, psoriasis, lack of focus, chronic fatigue syndrome, depression. Definitely part of most of my teenage years that has followed me till this day. Skinny, bony girl that all of a sudden got thyroid problems plus joint problems with psoriasis inflammation now I have on the inside. What can I say other than I've tried everything and I've been taking so many different medications, but only to get temporary relief. I believe now as I have matured enough to listen to what people say from a knowledgeable perspective, such as my Mineral King here, I can honestly say finally my prayers have been answered. Taking this minerals for the past 2 weeks has brought me energy, focus, better gut feeling, minimize my actual medicine intake, which is crazy, such as Adderall and Wellbutrin. I feel energetic. I don't fall asleep in the middle of the day, more active with better mood, plus it tastes wonderful. I'm about to put away all of the supplements that have wasted so much of my money, and if you're lucky to have come across this decent, passionate man, try his product. I'm looking forward for his future items to come out and invest only in his company. I've repeated myself over and over to him how grateful here to have found him. So this was a really cool review. But all right, no more reviews. I wanted to read those because these are things that a large amount of people struggle with. Okay, the depression, the anxiety, chronic issues. There was one about neuropathy that I didn't read. People struggling with sleep apnea, chronic inflammation. Like, all of these things are not just, hey, every once in a while people struggle with them. These are extremely common, okay? And it is not an accident as to why these people are getting results, because when it comes to our body and when it comes to minerals, our body needs them. It requires them if you want it to function optimally, okay? So I'm going to read a couple things out of the Mineral Fix here because I think it's really cool. It's really interesting stuff. And as I read through this, it's going to basically answer some questions that you may have been thinking of when I was reading those reviews. Well, wait, why does it help with anxiety? Why does it help with depression and ADHD and inflammation and fatigue and all these things? Okay. So first thing I'm going to touch on here, fatigue. You guys remember learning about the mitochondria in school, don't you? It's the powerhouse of the cell. Well, something very interesting about the mitochondria, and obviously the mitochondria needs multiple other things to function, but one of the main key factors to help you, and this is just everyone's cell requires multiple minerals to produce natural energy, to produce ATP. So this is why we see a lot of results where people completely switch off of caffeine over to optimized minerals. I had a baseball player I played with, one of my teammates in college. He was the guy slamming Bangs and Monsters and all these caffeinated drinks every day, all day, just to be able to get through the day, play games, all that fun stuff. He has now completely switched over from all those energy drinks to optimized minerals and does not touch caffeine anymore. And this is one of the main reasons right here, because you're finally giving the body what it requires to create energy. And that energy lasts all day. You don't get a crash from that when your body's happy. Okay, so the minerals needed to produce ATP in the cell, which of course we have every single mineral in optimized minerals in the correct amount, dosage, and form so you can absorb it. But those minerals are calcium, chromium, copper, iron, magnesium, manganese, and zinc. Okay, you satisfy that mineral level, you're going to get some energy. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is the thyroid. Hypothyroidism is a big thing. Not producing enough hormones or producing too many hormones. There's an imbalance, okay? Leads to weight gain and other issues. But let's see. What does the Mineral Fix say about the thyroid? All right. You guessed it. Every single human thyroid requires minerals. Not just one, not two, but actually zinc, selenium, iron, copper, manganese, magnesium, and iodine are all needed for proper thyroid function. This ain't medical advice, but it's worth a try. Safely, obviously, if you're going to attempt to replace your thyroid meds with minerals, please do it right. Please seek some professional help, ask your doctor, all that good stuff. But I'm just reading you guys the science on what the thyroid needs. It's not an option. It's not optional. So having that mineral level is extremely key for your thyroid. Okay? Now on to the next thing. We heard a lot about in those reviews, anxiety, depression, ADHD, okay? Cognitive decline, we heard as well. On to the brain. Now notice, the chapter in this book actually says minerals needed by the brain. It's not like, oh, it's an option and you'll be fine. It's not an option. Okay? So if you want your brain to create serotonin, which we all know what serotonin is, or some of us do, if you don't, serotonin regulates cognition, mood, and sleep in the central nervous system. Okay? If you want to make serotonin and melatonin, your body requires magnesium, calcium, iron, copper, cobalt, and zinc. Okay? That's why we've had great benefits for sleep. This is not a sleep product. But when you take magnesium and these other minerals all throughout the day, you're helping your body naturally produce melatonin and serotonin for nighttime. Okay? Another interesting thing is we, of course, paired things correctly. So magnesium is actually required for activating vitamin B6, which helps the conversion of serotonin into melatonin. Like I said, people sleep better in this product. And that's one of the reasons why we use vitamin B6, of course. And I've stated before, all vitamins require minerals to be absorbed. Okay, this is just a small example of that. Now, going on to dopamine, more specific for depression, anxiety, and behavioral issues. Okay, we talked about the autism child and a few other reviews stating these things. Iron deficiency is associated with anxiety, depression, social problems, and behavioral abnormalities. Magnesium and zinc also help with potentiating dopamine production. So magnesium, zinc, and iron essential for creating that dopamine. So essentially minerals, and it states this in this book, I don't want to lose myself on the page I'm at, but minerals have been used to treat anxiety, ADHD, depression, and cognitive decline. Again, they're just required by our body. You feed that mineral level, you may have a benefit for yourself there. So we talked about fatigue, we talked about depression, cognitive decline, sleep, melatonin. Real quick, I want to talk about inflammation. Okay, inflammation is another very common thing. 90+% of us have some sort of inflammation, whether it's something we're doing daily that's promoting that inflammation, like certain foods, drinking, smoking, lack of sleep, lack of movement. I mean, there's a lot of factors that promote inflammation, okay? One of the things you maybe don't know about inflammation is when your body has an excess amount of inflammation, the requirement for minerals actually goes up. So you may think, I'm going to hit the RDA for minerals today. But if you're someone that's chronically inflamed, you need more minerals. So that's why one of the reasons we purposely went over the RDA on many minerals and combined a lot of trace minerals together for of course, absorption, but also benefit, because people need more than that recommended amount. Going over that RDA is shown to be beneficial. So when you have a lot of inflammation, you need more minerals. Something for me personally, I'm someone who used to be inflamed frequently, and I eat, like you guys know, I'm not like, I don't look inflamed, but last year before I started taking my products, I had a ton of inflammation, especially after I ate out, ate fast food or ate in a restaurant, or maybe I drank a little bit, maybe I did something that promoted inflammation. I would feel it. I would get puffy hands, I would get puffy eyes, my face would look swollen, and I would feel gross. Now, when I do those same habits, and today, like the last 8 months, I don't have that inflammatory reaction. Just simply because I'm satisfying the mineral level my body is requiring to bring it down, okay? Another thing is, if you meet that mineral requirement, it actually helps you repair from the cellular damage and recover faster. So also another massive thing for athletes, which I was a former college athlete. I wish I had this product when I was playing. So I struggle with back pain, shoulder pain, fatigue, like all the things that I don't have an issue with now. I would have been able to utilize a little bit when I was playing baseball. Okay, so inflammation, that's huge. That's why it works. Plus, we do have, aloe vera, burdock root, ginkgo biloba, some other herbs in there that do aid in inflammation. So you're just getting a double whammy. Okay. Now, going on to the heart, I know this isn't a review I read, but this is just, I'm kind of going through the body on what does the body, or what organ in the body requires minerals. It's all of them. So we'll talk about the heart real quick, specifically magnesium and potassium. But magnesium deficiency promotes hypertension via cellular accumulation of calcium and sodium. So like we've talked about a lot, and I'll make a separate video about antagonist relationships for you guys, but yes, if you have an imbalance of minerals, it'll cause deficiency of other minerals, okay? So having them at the correct amounts every day is super important, and that's also why we formulated optimized minerals the way we did. But more importantly, magnesium has a central role in protecting against cardiovascular disease and regulating the function of the heart. In addition to activating ATP, magnesium also runs the sodium-potassium pump, thus controlling blood pressure. There was a review about blood pressure. I don't know if I stated that, but I also tested my personal blood pressure. Obviously, I take the optimized minerals every day. Okay, so to keep it real simple with the antagonist relationships real quick, if you're worried about blood pressure or anything like that, just take a electrolyte mix every day that's salt-based and take optimized minerals. And that'll keep it super simple. You don't have to worry about all that other stuff, okay? And I moved inside because my GoPro overheated outside, so here we are. But, all right, moving on to the gut health. I've heard tons of benefits from people, including myself, like also stated in those reviews, from reduced bloating, better digestion, consistency of stools, a ton of increase in gut health, okay? And we can talk about a little bit of that right here. Intestines. Everything related to the gut, intestines, intestinal lining, and the microbiome. It is estimated that 80 to 90% of serotonin in the body is made in the gut with the help of microbes. That process requires magnesium, zinc, and iron. In magnesium deficient mice, intestinal bifidobacteria levels are associated with inflammation induced by magnesium deficiency. Okay, so another thing that minerals will do for you is they balance the amount of stomach acid you have. So if you have acid reflux issues or anything along those lines, it'll help limit those symptoms. So instead of your Tums, I would try minerals first. Try what your body requires, not some other man-made stuff. That's bloating for you. That's acid reflux. That's inflammation like we already talked about. Now, the other thing is the liver This is something that people think, oh, he's got fatty liver disease and he must be an alcoholic. Well, fatty liver disease is not always caused by someone who drinks, okay? In both alcoholic and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, low magnesium levels have been found, and a magnesium deficiency may be a risk factor for those conditions, okay? Higher magnesium levels are associated with a reduced risk of mortality from liver disease. Not medical claims. I'm just reading out of this book, just giving you the facts. You guys can do with it what you like. Another very important thing is, of course, you guys hear about detoxing and making sure your organs are working properly, your lymph fluid is flowing. Well, something your liver detoxification pathways require is zinc, selenium, magnesium, and molybdenum. Okay? Next, if you guys take collagen, this is real quick. Copper is actually needed to increase the absorption of collagen. So that's just a quick side note there. All right. Now, let's see. One more thing I have for you guys that I'm going to read out of this book is about stress. All of us are stressed in some way. Our kids stress us out, our job stresses us out, something stressful happens, we crash the car, like that's just life, okay? We live in a stressful environment, or you're in traffic, like we have to understand it's gonna happen. You're not gonna ever completely avoid stress, but how do you manage it? What's your outlet you go to? Do you go to something not great when you're stressed, or do you find a beneficial thing you can do while you're stressed? Outside of those physical things we can do, there's something our body actually loses when we stress a lot. And guess what it is? Magnesium. Magnesium specifically is highly reduced when we are in a stressful state constantly, okay? But other minerals as well are potassium, sodium, iron, and zinc will help manage that stress and those stress hormones. Like you hear about cortisol a lot, all that stuff. Like, don't worry about cortisol, worry about your minerals. And then you may not have to worry about your cortisol if your habits align. And this, I could go on for days with this book, okay? But the bottom line, guys, is a lot of us are very deficient, and I created at Optimized Minerals a very convenient way for you to get your minerals in the correct amount, form, and ratio, combined with the correct thing so you can actually absorb it and get benefit. There was another testimony that this was a video posted on TikTok, someone who DM'd me. She's a very, very nice lady. She's had a lot of chronic issues. I think Ehlers-Danlos was one of autoimmune issues she deals with. In the past, for her to feel just okay, she would actually have to get IVs.
So you guys know, this is kind of out there for anybody in my chronic illness baddies. Lyme disease, Ehlers-Danlos, but there's like a host of other chronic illnesses, people who have a hard time getting enough nutrients in, that kind of stuff. This has changed my life. I've gained weight. So this is the thing. I could get the same results-ish by getting IVs every 4 days. Well, that's about a little over $1,000.
And even that, she told me the IVs were okay, but they still didn't make her feel great. So Optimized Minerals has now replaced those IVs for her because she's able to absorb it and get benefit. And it's one of the few supplements she's actually able to drink without discomfort or bloating or anything like that. Okay, so moral of the story, get your minerals in. Get your minerals in. If you haven't done it today, this is your reminder. Also, this is not medical advice. I'm not telling you to go around whatever your doctor tells you, your naturopath, listen to them. I'm just giving you guys the facts on minerals, why they're so important, why I'm so passionate about them. I can make a lot more videos on more specific things like that, but don't forget to take your minerals. All right, guys, I hope this helped. I hope this helped you learn a little more on minerals, why they work. As a reminder, we are giving away one free bag a month to a subscriber here on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed, share it with your friends, comment with any questions you have, comment with maybe some positive results you had, anything regarding good old Optimized Minerals. I would love to see it, and I love reading them. So thank you, guys. We'll see you in the next one.